Well, we are here again for another wrestling rant. A lot going on in the wrestling world, especially after last night, so let's get right to it. First off, Monday Night Raw. Show was a little bit on the slow side, to say the least. Except for the end when Liv and Raquel beat Bianca and Naomi for the tag team titles. Which is funny because I'm like, well, wait a minute. How Naomi lose a belt she didn't win? Like, how'd she lose a title she never won? So, that's going to go into when we talk about Elimination Chamber. Because, boy, howdy. But, anyway, that was the major takeaway on Raw. Was that new tag champs, Liv and Raquel, beat out Naomi and Bianca. That was it for the most part. Now, NXT. Let's talk about that. I don't know what happened on it because I was sick and I was down. And I don't know what happened. I had to crawl to my deep, dark cave and be left alone. So I don't know what happened on NXT at all. But I do know what happened on Dynamite. Because Lord knows, I've been sleeping all day for the last couple of days, most of the day for the last couple of days, and I'm like, I got enough energy to watch let me watch my program, watch some wrestling, put on Dynamite. I put on Dynamite. Again, this is the second week in a row where Orange Cassidy was in the main event. Second week in a row where he is the main event for your flagship show. I'm glad Pockets lost the match, but I couldn't even watch it because I wouldn't dignify him being in the main event. It's terrible. But that wasn't all that happened on Dynamite. Oh, no. Oh, no. A lot of the random nonsense that happens on Dynamite happened, of course, and then you got the Death Riders. When they were in the ring, everyone was, they were jumping the Death Riders and whatnot. They're finally starting to show some vulnerability. Thank goodness. They've been beating people up since the summer. They finally get beat up now, like almost 6 months later. Wheeler Yuta they were doing something with the deal, trying to get whatever. It's just nonsense. They were doing something where Marina Shafir had jumped on Edge's back to do something or whatever. Wheeler Yuta was supposed to hit Edge with the knee, but for some reason he came flying out of nowhere. He came flying and hit Marina Shafir with it. I'm like, you clearly were not even aiming at Edge to hit her. It didn't even look remotely close. I'm like, come on, man. It was finally good to see her actually take some bumps because she just been mangling folks up for the last, however long they've been doing this crap. But then Edge concertos Claudio. He concertos Claudio and it was the most missed concerto I've ever seen. You can't even do a halfway decent job of having a better camera angle, so I don't know that you're not doing this at all. Like, come on, man. Where is the professionalism? Then, so that knee laid out Marina for minutes, right? All of a sudden, Willow Nightingale comes out. I like Willow a lot. And she concertos Marina. So the Death Riders are down to just Wheeler, Yuta, and Moxley. Lord, I hope this is over soon. Because good grief. So that was the big happening on Dynamite. The Death Riders got concertoed. It was poorly done. Just awful. Just awful. Then we got SmackDown. Another show, I can say. I know they were gearing up for the Chamber. I like the Street Profits run in. I like when they got in the mix with everybody. I like that. Hey, I'm a fan of Jacob Fatu. I mean, push him to the moon. Put the United States title on him today. Let him beat Shinsuke Nakamura in a match right now. Give him the title. Other than that, SmackDown was a drag. I'm like, come on now. Trish Stratus came out with Tiffany Stratton, and they did their promo for their match at Elimination Chamber. I'm like, oh Lord, just get this over with. It was just so I'm like, all right, just get it over with. And Nia, it was just so long. Like, I wanted to be over with. But that wasn't happening on SmackDown. Jacob Fatu, my shining light on SmackDown. He made that last match worth watching, and especially because he won. It was great. Push him to the moon and back. Now, I had to clear my throat because we definitely got to talk about the Elimination Chamber. But before we do Elimination Chamber, Collision. Wheeler Yuta was responsible for the belt Moxley was holding. That was it. Awful show. Orange Cassidy cut a promo with Big Boom AJ on the precipice of Elimination Chamber. You know what? For the people that like that kind of thing, that's the kind of thing those people like. I've heard that quote many times before. What can you say? Harley Cameron came out there. I like Harley Cameron a lot. I like her as a personality, not as a wrestler. Get away from the wrestling. Dude, you are so talented. I mean, I don't know if she uses wrestling as a way to get in or what. Or she just loves the business. If she loves it, then fine. Let's have her get better at it. But as of this moment, her wrestling, no. As a personality, 100%. 100%. If it's based off her personality, put all the belts on her. Have her beat Moxley, the whole nine. Give it all to her. At this juncture, give it all to her anyway. I mean, she can only get better from where she is now. She can either stay the same or get better. So, put them all on her. Have her beat Moxley, the Trios champ, the whole nine. Have her have all Mercedes' belts, all of them. Have her beat them all. That was Collision for me. Now, Elimination Chamber. Let's get to it. So, Elimination Chamber started off with the Women's Chamber match. Everybody got their entrances. They got to come out, do their thing. And when the bell rang, the music plays. Jade Cargill. Which is funny because as her music played, why didn't they just close the gate? They could have just shut the chamber so she couldn't have got in. I mean, it wasn't her match. She shouldn't have been there in the first place. But anyway, and this is something I have been saying with my brother. I've been posting online about it from as soon as Jay got injured. Naomi did it. I said that immediately. Naomi did it. I knew Naomi had done it. Now, with that said, the Women's Elimination Chamber wasn't that. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it more than I did last year's Chamber match. I say that much. I definitely enjoyed it more than I did last year's Elimination Chamber match. We had Bianca winning this one, which sets up a possible dream match for Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. Now that's a match. Oh man, now that is I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. But before that match can happen, Rhea has to beat Io this coming Monday to retain. Then it's them at WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens there. But I say, man, those girls were taking some some bumps. Bianca was throwing Liv Morgan around. I'm like, geez, that looked like it hurt. And then the hair whip. I'm like, man, that hair whip. She got this, man, that thing scarred her stomach and everything. That was loud. That was one of these. That whip was louder than what she gave Sasha Banks. That's how loud that whip was. So, I said, Women's Chamber match was good. I enjoyed it. Everything happened at the beginning. And I think Bianca's about to start doing movies too, because that was her dramatic role right there when Jade was tossing Naomi around. She was she was acting, and then she had to play it up like, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I going with my friend or am I gonna win my match? She chose to win her match, which I kind of agree with because Naomi did it, but Bianca's gonna be in a movie soon. I can see it coming. I can see it coming down. It's gonna be something where she might take a little time off because she got a movie to do. She's gonna be in. She got a role to play. Then after that, after the Women's Chamber, like I said, Women's Chamber match was good. I enjoyed it. Then after that was the tag team match between Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, Tiffany Stratton, and Trish Stratus. And boy, oh boy, I couldn't wait for that match to be over with. Tiffany hit her moonsault on Nia Jax, and that was it. That's all I gotta say about that one, because, yeah, we all know what it is. Next, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and probably one of the most brutal matches I've ever seen. I mean, they were just taking bump after bump, and it told a story. It told a story, even with them using a barbed wire wrapped chair. Like, wow, who on earth put that under the ring? And I'm glad they looked surprised that it was under there too. When they picked it up, you're like, who put this in here? Well, since it's here, I'm gonna use it. So, give me that. We all, come on. No one's naive here anymore. But at the same time, be theatrical with me. Okay, it's a theatrical program. Be theatrical all the way. So, my goodness, they were going through tables. I mean, Sammy put Kevin through 2 tables when they were fighting out of the ring. Sammy got thrown through 2 tables when they were back in the ring, out to the outside of the ring. I mean, they were just going through it. Then Sammy got powerbombed on the apron several times. That match was brutal. It was brutal. And no one bled. A brutal match like that and nobody bled. Huh. It can be done. You can have a grueling, brutal match with no rules and no one has to bleed. Imagine that. Now, their match was killer. Kevin Owens won at the end. KO won. But that wasn't it. Kevin was getting ready to pulled up the mat, ready to give Sammy a power driver onto the floor, concrete floor. And then whose music comes out? Who music you hear? I hear voices in my head. Randy Orton's back. He is back and he was pissed. Came down, gave Kevin Owens an RKO. He was about to point to WrestleMania sign, but then realized, like, not yet. So, man, I'm glad Randy's back. I'm so glad Randy's back. So awesome. So glad Randy's back. Then we got the men's Elimination Chamber. The men's Elimination Chamber match. Which was good. I enjoyed it. The only thing I'll say about the match was Cena's punches. I'm like, hey man, they're like a mile away. Bring them in tighter. Yeah, I saw how far away they were. I'm like, the camera kept cutting. I'm like, all right, but this punch is way too far. I got to reel it in, John. I know you ain't been in the ring in a while. Let's dial this back in. But other than that, man, it was great. I love the match. I love the drama in the match too, because Cena got Claymore, and while Drew was celebrating, what happened? Priest eliminates him. So yeah, they're gonna have their issue. And Priest, oh man, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get him over as a bigger star than what he's coming off as. I get it. But for Priest to beat Drew, I was like, man, because I've been a big fan. Drew last few years have been killing it for me. But Drew did Claymore Priest, which led to Logan Paul hitting him with a frog splash from the top of the pod in the chamber to eliminate Priest, which was great. Then we got Logan Paul getting eliminated. He got hit with a GTS and an FU, or attitude adjustment. He's out. So it's down to Seth, CM Punk, and John Cena. CM Punk eliminates Seth. They go their whole little, they have a little back and forth. Everyone's ganging up on Seth. Seth's fighting back. They're doing the whole thing. But then Seth gets down and Seth gets pinned. CM Punk eliminates Seth. As Seth is leaving the ring, as he's leaving the chamber rather, he doesn't hesitate to give CM Punk a curb stomp on the grate. And what does Cena do? Capitalize. Put CM Punk in the STFU. That's it. John Cena wins the Elimination Chamber. He is going to WrestleMania to face Cody Rhodes in the main event. So, naturally, of course, Cody comes out. He comes out to, I guess, congratulate Cena, or, has congratulate, whatever. He comes out, greets Cena. Before he can say anything, "If you smell," comes on, right? So Dwayne comes out. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That is The Rock. The final boss right now. The Rock comes out. He asks Cody, basically, what's your answer? Cody tells him. Drops the F-bomb. To go F yourself. Rock is a little taken aback. Not too taken aback. Cena daps up Cody. Gives him a hug. Looks at the Rock. Rock gives him the old cutthroat cheek signal. Nut shot. Kicking the balls. Boom. Then proceeded to bludgeon Cody with title, microphone, whole nine. Stomped him out. The night ended with John Cena's foot on Cody's head and standing beside the Rock. So we just had one of the biggest heel turns since Hulk Hogan. Since Hogan went from face to heel all those years ago to start the NWO. Now we got Cena online with The Rock and the corporation. I'm here for it. I'm here for heel corporate Cena. He ain't done that in his career. He has not done it. You know what? I'm glad. Go out bold. Go out bold. I'm all for going out boldly and not playing it safe. Your last hurrah. Because what's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work. This your last year anyway. That's why when Sting announced his retirement, he retired as champion and all that stuff, it was so boring. Mainly because the Bucks put themselves in it, but it would have been boring either way because it was nothing different. It was just the same old thing. We got heel Cena. We got ultimate heel Cena. The man who will look in your face and stab in your back while looking at you in your face. I'm here for it. The only thing that completely took me out of it was Travis Scott. Why was he there? Why? Oh, why did he have to be in the ring doing whatever nonsense he was doing? Saging, whatever. Okay, knock it off. No. Get Travis Scott away from my... Get him out of the wrestling ring. Do the music for it. I don't care, okay? Because I do like Fiend. All right, I like the song. All right, not gonna behold that. The song's about for me. I don't need you in the ring involving the wrestlers, okay? Because he smacked Cody. And he smacked him hard too. I'm like, I wonder when that receipt's coming. I wonder when that's gonna happen because just being me. This is being me. If you, this mainly applies to, especially when I was teaching karate, when I was teaching martial arts. If you come to my job, you sign your waiver, you sign everything over. You know, like, hey, this could possibly happen. I'm sure he had to sign some paperwork. You know, like, hey, look, this is a risk. You know, blah blah blah. Right? Some legal stuff. Once you sign that waiver, if you interact in a manner deemed to be needing of correction, it happened. Okay? It happened. There were some, especially adults. Mostly it was all guys, okay? It was all guys. And it was guys between like 18, 25-ish or so. They're young, full testosterone, all jacked up off creatine and all that stuff. They want to come in, they want to go a little harder. Like, hey man, this is a drill right here. We working on that. We can go hard a little later once we get the reps in. Make sure everyone's comfortable with it first. You want to proceed to keep on doing that. Cool. Now I have to check you in the profession. Okay? Have to thump you a little bit. Next thing you know, you're sitting down trying to gasping for air. That's what can happen. Okay? Take it easy, relax. We ain't here for that right now. This ain't part of the drill. That should have happened to Travis Scott, man. I'm sorry. He should have got close. He got to get a clothesline coming or something, man. He got to get a crossroads, a Cody cutter. He got to get something, man. He got to get something for that. But Elimination Chamber was amazing. Absolutely loved it. The week in wrestling, I being totally transparent and honest about it. Elimination Chamber saved it because this week in wrestling was it was another C week. But Elimination Chamber definitely brought up to a B+ because, man, that was such a great show and the build for it was worth it. So, y'all let me know what you thought of Elimination Chamber. Why was Travis Scott there and should he be there anymore? I don't think so. Get him out of my wrestling. Get him out of the ring. No, be a part of wrestling, just not in the ring. Don't do stuff with the talent, please. If you ain't coming down to the ring and stopping and staying out of the ring, don't do it. Please don't. I don't need to see Travis Scott do anything with any of the wrestlers there. But all in all, what y'all think? What was y'all week in wrestling? How'd you like the Elimination Chamber? Y'all let me know. Y'all remember to like, share, and subscribe. Comments below. Peace.